Madam Speaker, I just wanted to demonstrate that agreements are not done simply because there is existing trade that's balanced. They are done in anticipation of trade between countries. At a particular point, the agreements will be done when there is no deal, in order to protect those that will get into deals once they get into those deals. So this agreement protects Belarusians who are investing in our country. It also protects Zimbabweans who are going to invest in Belarus. First of all, they may not have the sufficient capital to go and invest in Belarus, but they will have commodities to go and sell in Belarus. They are protected in terms of the agreement presented by the Honorable Minister in order to recover their money. They can go and get that money from Belarus based on this trade agreement that the Honorable Minister has presented. The reason I just demonstrated this conversation yesterday is to show that trade is not a one-way. In fact, what we should be doing as honorable members, in my view, is to acknowledge the good job that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade is doing to create these platforms for business people to go and engage with other countries. Therefore, we should go to our constituencies and begin to say, by the way, are you aware that Belarus has a population of just under 10 million people? Their GDP is over 70 billion US dollars. Are you aware that they export $2 billion worth of fertilizers every year? Could we in our constituency or in our province benefit from that from Belarus? That's what we should be doing as MPs. Yes. We need to be looking at the opportunity and not attacking the platform that the government is creating to protect us and to protect those that are bringing their money to our country. There are people, there are countries, Madam Speaker, there are people and countries, Madam Speaker, who have classified us as a country to be a risk to put their money. There are countries that are happy to put their money, and Belarus is one of them. So therefore, if Belarus would like to be protected in terms of their investment, there's absolutely nothing wrong, for as long as that protection is not exclusive to Belarus. It is also available to Zimbabweans who are going to Belarus. So it's reciprocal. The question that was being asked is reciprocal. It is reciprocal on the basis that we are equally protected as Zimbabweans should we invest in that country. Madam Speaker, Zimbabwe has signed many of these agreements with many countries where we don't even a single dollar as an investment. We have the UK, we have the USA, we have Australia. We do so in order to attract capital and to make sure that that capital feels safe in our country. Belarus, as we have already heard in this house, is supportive of Zimbabwe's economic growth prospects. And it sees that opportunity. And it has invested already in our agriculture because we are an agriculture economy. So, in my view, Madam Speaker, this agreement deserves the support of all members of Parliament. Because, Madam Speaker, we tend to undermine and view ourselves as underdogs always. We don't see ourselves as potential investors in other countries. But I want to challenge any member of Parliament who can stand up and say, we have no Zimbabweans who are running some of the most prestigious institutions in the United States. No one can stand up in this house and say, we have no Zimbabweans who are running prestigious institutions in African countries, in European countries, in North American countries. So the fact that we have Zimbabweans who are already, for instance, we have a Zimbabwean, he is running MTN. MTN is a global company from South Africa. It has got networks across Africa, including in Iran. It is being run by a Zimbabwean. What that says is that there is potential of those Zimbabweans investing in Belarus. And therefore, the government is creating a platform where their investments will be safe. So it is not just about the Belarusians, it is about all parties who are entering into this agreement. Madam Speaker, I want to give a very crude example. Agreements are never done when deals are pura. When people get married and sign that wedding certificate, is because, you know, you haven't stayed together, you don't quite understand each other. Ask those people to sign that marriage certificate several years into the marriage. There won't be any agreements. No one is willing to sign. So this one is good. We haven't done much with Belarus as Zimbabweans. The Belarusians haven't done much in our own country, so let's sign the agreement now.